This morning I was reading about Jesus, as I like to try to start every day off with. It's like I got this thing through work, through our health insurance, and it's always like, did you start off with a good breakfast? Did you start off with a glass of water? The idea is to help build habits so that you start off doing good stuff. And I think starting my day off with Jesus every day is a really good thing to do. But I was reading about Jesus today, and I'm sorry I don't have my thing here in front of me where I can read it for you. But basically, you know, Jesus goes across the sea, and people see that he wasn't there, so they go chasing after him, and they're like, "Hey, how'd you get here?" And he's like, "Well, you didn't." I was talking yesterday about where he was like, he's like, "Well, you don't really, want me. You just want." Because you got fed really well, and you need to kind of start thinking differently about your life. And so they're like, well, Moses gave us the manna in the desert, and you're giving us this bread here, and he's like, well, Moses didn't give you that bread. He's like, God gave you your ancestors the manna in the desert. And he's like, but again, you're thinking about this all wrong. He's like, instead of wanting to eat bread that perishes, instead of focusing on the here and now, you need to be looking to what's truly important and eat, the bread from above. And I am, the word of life. I am the it's where he kind of dips into that area where uh, you got to partake in me. You got to eat my blood or drink my blood and eat my flesh, to have life in heaven. And he's telling them, he wraps it up. Or the part that I read, it wrapped up with him saying, if you dwell in me, if you partake in me, you'll live forever. And it was kind of poignant because last night I was at home and I got this class I'm trying to finish up doing the distant learning thing, and it's not working out so great, but I'm hanging in there. And I go to get online, and I don't know. I could get on any other website I wanted to, but I couldn't get on a school website, so I guess it crashed. And I'm sitting there thinking, I got homework to do, I got a quiz to take, I got stuff I got to do. I got to prepare for the final, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? And so I was like, what would Jesus do? And so I I went upstairs and I kind of laid down on the couch and I was like, "Hey, kids, come cuddle with Dad." And I felt pretty good, And they all kind of monkey piled on, so I was like, "Yeah, we're kind of running out of room here." So we went upstairs. I got a TV up in my room, so we went upstairs and watched a little TV in my room. And I got a big king size bed, and all the kids piled in, and they all cuddled close. And I was kind of glad I didn't have to do school. I was. I'll be honest. This whole coronavirus thing. I understand it's important. To social distance and stay at home. So we can ride this thing out. But I've got other stuff going on. And it's affecting everything, and it's starting to get wore out. uh, you know. Uh, Last night, the dog woke up twice in the middle of the night, and I had to go let him out. He's getting really old. And the second time, or the first time, he couldn't make it up the stairs. Now I love my dog, I do, and it's like, what do you do? Do I put him down? I mean, he still seems happy. He's still getting around. If I was like that, I would want people to love me. But the thing of it is like sometimes we don't think about being in the moment. We don't think about what's actually going on and how people sometimes God's trying to do right by us. And because it's disguised and it just looks like horrible, this coronavirus looks like a horrible thing. I think it's a blessing in a way, and it's its own disguised way. It's a blessing. My dog last night, I was trying to carry him up the stairs. I went to go pick him up, and he started yipping at me like he was. I don't think he was gonna bite me, but he was kind of like, I don't like this, and he was like kind of yipping at me like he was threatening to bite me. And it's like, if I didn't know him as well as I did, I probably would have put him back down and try to figure out some other way. I don't want to drag him up the steps, or whatever. I love him, so I picked him up, and he was yipping at me. He's like, and he did it a couple times, and then he just kind of stopped because he knew what was going on. And I think that's how sometimes it is in life with God. Bad things happen, and we need his help to get it through, but he helps us in a way that we really don't want him to help. And so what does this all mean? Well, I guess I need to be focused on what's important and to throw my will aside and to relax and just let things unfold and just be a good man. Try to be a good man. I'm not a good man, but I try to be a good man, to love and cherish and honor and respect and try to be the man Jesus calls me to be. To love him and love everyone I meet with everything I got. I don't know. That's all I gotta say about that.